Is the Department of Justice being turned into a private piggy bank for political allies? A firestorm is erupting in Washington as a nearly $1.8 billion fund build as an anti-weaponization effort is now threatening to derail the entire Republican legislative agenda. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and keeps us bringing you the latest breaking updates. The situation began when the DOJ announced this massive fund following a deal to drop a $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS. It sounds like a complex legal settlement on paper, but in the halls of the Senate, it's being treated like a political radioactive waste site. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche was dragged before senators this week to answer for it, and the questioning was brutal. Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen didn't mince words, calling it an outrageous, unprecedented slush fund. His big question, which still doesn't have a satisfying answer, will individuals who assaulted Capitol Hill police officers be eligible to take a cut of this money? Blanche's response was chillingly vague: anybody in this country will be eligible to apply. That is exactly what has Senate Republicans reeling. You have high-ranking GOP senators like Tom Tillis openly questioning how they can possibly justify to their constituents a fund that might compensate people who pled guilty to attacking police officers. But this isn't just about optics. It's gumming up the gears of government. Right now, Senate Republicans are trying to ram through a massive, multi-billion-dollar package to fund immigration operations and Border Patrol. Simultaneously, there is a separate request for $1 billion in security enhancements for President Trump's colossal ballroom. These three massive funding issues are colliding, and the result is a legislative deadlock that is testing the limits of Republican unity. Even Senate Majority Leader John Thune has admitted he is not a big fan of the fund. Behind closed doors, lawmakers are demanding to know how this money is going to be fenced in to prevent it from being abused. Meanwhile, officers who protected the Hill on January 6 have already filed a lawsuit to block the fund entirely. Some Republicans, like Bill Cassidy, are pointing to the national debt, arguing that if the administration wants to settle these claims, they should be bringing them to Congress for a vote, not setting up a private account with no oversight. He rightly points out that while the average American is struggling to pay for groceries and gas, the government seems to be finding nearly $2 billion to pay off political allies with zero legal precedent. However, the GOP isn't totally united on this. Senator Ron Johnson is taking a different view. He argues that there are victims of government overreach like the grandmothers and grandfathers caught up in aggressive FBI raids who truly deserve compensation. He believes that a 5-member panel could effectively filter out the criminals and focus on the innocent. But the lingering question remains: who gets to decide who is a victim and who is a criminal when the criteria are this broad? The broader implication here is a massive shift in how the Department of Justice functions. If this fund becomes a permanent feature, we are looking at a future where government settlement money is used as a tool to reward political supporters while simultaneously avoiding the scrutiny of the legislative branch. If this continues, the separation of powers could be fundamentally weakened, with the executive branch effectively controlling a massive, untraceable pool of taxpayer cash. Whether this fund gets fenced in with strict rules or dies on the floor remains to be seen. But the fact that this is even a debate shows just how polarized and volatile the situation inside the Capitol has become. The stakes for border security and the stability of the DOJ have never been higher. So, what do you think about this? Do you believe this is a necessary step to compensate those who were truly wronged by the government? Or is this the most dangerous slush fund in American history? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This story is evolving by the hour, and we will be here to cover every twist and turn. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and we will see you in the next video.